Hey guys, my name is Gustavo David Ortiz and this is Agent Hustle. So in today's episode, we're going to be talking a little bit about CMAs. What is a CMA? A CMA is a comparative market analysis. Now, this can really apply towards any product, right? Where you compare product A with product B, C, and D, for example. So in the case of real estate, the products that you're comparing are obviously going to be your home with other homes that are in the area. You want to make sure that you're able to compare as much as possible apples to apples. Sometimes that can be difficult because not every house is the same. There might be upgrades in one house but not necessarily in another. There might be square footage differences, all kinds of little things. So comparative market analysis, you take those things into consideration and make adjustments so that all the houses kind of have equal standing as much as possible. This allows you to identify the approximate market value of a home that is about to be listed, and that's important because you want to make sure you price your house right, because if you price it wrong and it stays on the market for too long, people are going to think there's something wrong with the property, and then they're going to be hesitant to buy a property that's been on the market for much longer than others that are similar size or similarly priced, even if that price point seems like it might be right. So I learned today that there's a lot of different elements that need to be adjusted. There's a number of tools that you can use for that, and it's important to take into consideration all of these sort of little things. So you take into consideration things like square footage, upgrades to a kitchen, upgrades to the entire house, like, tile across the entire floors, whether it has old or newer carpets, any kind of exterior elements like pools or patio elements, right? So screened in porch or something like that. Those things all are relevant. Now, of course, if the property that the subject property that you're about to list, for example, has a screened in patio, but all of the other comparables also have screened in patios, there's not really much of an adjustment to make there. You would only make the adjustment if the others don't have a screened in patio, or their screened in patio has some other upgrades that are not included in the subject property. So anyways, I would highly recommend getting very familiar with a CMA if you're going to be a real estate agent. It's going to be incredibly valuable for the person who's selling their house, for the seller, and you want to try to provide as much value as possible. I've seen some CMAs that have been done that have been kind of sloppily done. They weren't done with properties that were necessarily close in order to try to kind of imply that the property can be sold at a higher value when really it really can't. And you have to be careful because, the homeowner is going to want to sell it for as much as possible. And you're going to find other realtors that are going to tell the homeowner, oh yeah, you can sell it for much higher in order to try to get the business. But it's important for the sake of value, and you got to kind of hold your ground to identify the actual market value for that property. Because if you put that property on the market for way higher than what it should be, and it stays on for longer than it should be, it's going to be problematic in the long term, and you don't want that to be the case. So anyways, that's my rant for today. If you like what you're hearing, please thumbs up. Please share if you think somebody can get something out of this, and make sure you subscribe. Also, I can be found on Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram at Ortiz Was Taken. So that's it for me. I will see you guys next time. Peace.